every man is born with the same natural and supernatural things: a body, a soul. And while the body, being generated by men, may be more or less robust and healthy at birth, the soul, created by God, is the same for everybody, endowed by God with the same properties and gifts. Between the soul of John, I mean the Baptist, and yours, there was no difference when they were infused into your bodies. And yet I tell you that even if grace had not pre-sanctified him, so that the herald of the Christ might be without stain, as all those who announce me ought to be, at least with regard to actual sins, his soul would have become quite different from yours. Nay, yours would have become quite different from his, because he would have preserved his soul in the freshness of innocence. Nay, he would have adorned it more and more with justice, complying with the will of God, who wishes you to be just, developing the gratuitous gifts received with greater and greater heroic perfection. You instead, you have ruined and dissipated your soul and the gifts God had given it. What have you done with your free will? What with your intellect? Have you kept for your spirit the freedom that belonged to it? Have you used the intelligence of your mind intelligently? No, you have not. You who do not want to obey me. I do not say me, man, but not even me, God. You have obeyed Satan. Stop there for a moment, just before I lose this point. There's a Catholic teaching which is not dogma, not doctrine, that John the Baptist was sanctified, made free from original sin in the womb of Saint Elizabeth, his mother. The Blessed Virgin Mary is the Immaculate Conception. From the moment of her existence, she did not carry the stain of original sin, so she never received it. It went from Adam and Eve to all of us, but never touched the Blessed Virgin at any moment of her existence. St. John the Baptist was conceived in the natural way and born in the natural way, as my video of the birth of the Baptist shows. That vision of Maria Valtorta's. But even though he was born in the natural way, whilst in the womb of St. Elizabeth, he was sanctified. Jesus says, pre-sanctified. But even if grace had not pre-sanctified him, then he would have got better and better, unlike Judas Iscariot. So we have two people on the earth since Adam and Eve sinned, who have gone about walking on this world that we inhabit without original sin. We know it's the Blessed Virgin, that's a dogma. 1854, Pope Pius IX decreed it, but it's long, long held. And it's implied, even going back to the Nisibin hymns, back in the 2nd century AD, I think they're Ethiopian, and which talk of her being spotless, free of stain. Well, St. John the Baptist became that during the gestation in his mother's womb. Not a dogma, you don't have to accept it, but one would hope that it would be declared a dogma one day, and that we can focus more on St. John the Baptist, the precursor, the forerunner of Christ. Very, very important person. Resuming then. You have used the intelligence of your mind and the freedom of your spirit to understand darkness voluntarily, Good and evil were placed before you. You chose evil. Nay, only good was placed before you. I, your eternal Creator, who followed the evolution of your soul, who was aware of such evolution because the eternal thought is aware of everything that happens since time began to exist, placed good before you. Good only, because he knows that you are weaker than an algae growing in a ditch. Again, brief pause. There Jesus says, he is Judas Iscariot's eternal Creator. You can't have it clearer than that Christ is God Almighty, there at the beginning, as he is the Word through whom all things come into being, as St. Paul tells us. Yet it's stated right here. So we Catholics must affirm this, along with the Protestants who get it from us, that Christ is God, fully God, not partially God, but also fully man, as he says to Judas. Judas didn't obey him. Not me, man, not me, God. So Jesus is fully man as well.